Alright, here is the dandelion root. Like I said earlier, you can eat the whole dandelion plant. Root, stems, leaves, flower, everything. It's used for a lot of medicinal and jellies, wine. I really can't think of anything else right now. I'm kind of hungry. But I'm going to use the root today. The root can also be used for teas. I've heard that you can make coffee with this if you grind it up. So what I did is I dug these up earlier and I let them out to dry. And so what I'm going to do is I have 5 of them here. And they were a pain in the butt to dig up because the ground is so dry right now. But I am going to process this into coffee. And Kyler is on his way back with some strawberries, wild strawberries, and some wild crab apples for us to try. What I'm doing is I am shaving this because I want as small amount as possible. So I'm just going around and shaving the dandelion root. And then after I shave it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather it in my same cup that I brought, or gathered the lint from our jeans in from a different video. I'm going to get a flat stone and dry it. I'll chop it after it's dried, and then after it's chopped, I'll dry it again, and on the same stone. And tomorrow morning, I'll put it back in here. I'll store it in here overnight, and then tomorrow morning, hopefully, I will let you know if it tastes anything remotely to coffee or has the same effect, aka waking me up in the morning. Alright, so here is the dandelion coffee, which is from the dandelion roots. And I know a lot of you people are going to say, well, that's just dandelion tea if you ask me. Well, I didn't ask you. And I believe the process of me roasting it twice would make it taste more like coffee and not tea. I would think that for the tea you would just have this dried out would be your tea. But I will try it tomorrow morning and I will let you know if it tastes more like coffee or more like tea. Alright, so instead of using a flat rock, I decided just to put it on top of my pot lid. This is the crushed or chopped up dandelions. Now I'm going to attempt to roast it like coffee. So my process from here on out is going to be to roast it, chop it up, and roast it again, and then I will hold it overnight in this. And then first thing in the morning, I'm going to be drinking coffee. And then I'll let you know if it tastes like coffee or if it basically is tea. And we'll use the water. I'll save some water, about a cup of water, just like I would do for my coffee, in out of our glass bottles that we're boiling water in. And we'll save that for the morning and boil some coffee in my pot. We'll see how it goes. Alright, update on my coffee. I got it roasting next to the fire, kind of like chestnuts, but coffee. So what I'll do is, well, it's not chestnut, so it's not chestnut coffee at all. So what I'll do is I'll stir it, then what I'll do is I'll take it off the fire, I'll chop it, and I'll put it right back where it was. Alright, so I got my first round of roasted dandelion coffee grounds. I'm going to chop them up, and then I'm going to roast them again. So this is what they look like before they're chopped up, and I'll show you what they look like after I chop them up. Alright, so this is my second round of choppings off of my dandelion root. I'm going to put it on the pot lid and roast it next to that little fire right there. I'll probably keep it on there for about an hour or so. Take it off, let the pot cool, and put the roastings in that little container. Also, our water bottles, the glass bottles, are still hot. So we're going to let them cool a little bit more. Alright, I decided to roast it a little bit more to try to kind of change the color of it a little bit. And I like to call this slow roasting because it's taking forever. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it off and I'm going to let it cool and put it in a container for tomorrow. Kyler said he wants to try it too. So instead of cooking in a pot like I was going to, I'm actually going to use the bottles. That way I can see the color of the coffee and see if I can see through it and whatnot like that. Okay, this has been about 30 minutes and you can see how dark it is now. I am now going to take it off, but I can actually smell coffee smell coming from this, and it's actually pretty cool. Kyler, come here and smell this. Come here, stand right here. Smell that. You smell it? Mm-hmm. What's it smell like?
Tea.
Huh?
Tea.
He said tea. He's not on my side. Okay, so our Dandelion coffee, I got it, the water to boil. Then I'm going to take a bandana, put it over top of that, dump it in here as a coffee filter, because all of the chunks of, I don't know if you can see them or not, chunks of dandelion root that have been roasted, they're all floating in there, and I don't want to drink floaters. So we'll show you once we probably take it out and then transfer it over and then us drinking it. Alright, so dandelion coffee. Does it taste like coffee or tea? I will tell you. It actually tastes like coffee. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So for the filtering process, it is little by little dumping some in over bandana. It tastes like a very, very light coffee, so not a strong tasting coffee, but
I don't really like coffee, but that's kind of good.
Kyler said it's kind of good. So it tastes like coffee. You can see the coloration in it is like a real weak coffee. That's the taste I would describe it. So basically my filtering process is I put it in the pan so I can get any of the stuff I lose. I am pushing a hole into it like that in the bandana, and then I'm bringing the other bottle over and pouring it slowly into here. Once it clogs up, then you kind of have to stop. So dandelion coffee, that's what I'm sticking to, unless anybody else has any other things to say on comments. But that's how you make dandelion coffee. Now, did it wake me up? I don't know. We'll see in a few hours, I guess.